Hi guys, I'm back. Sorry for the absence. I've been pretty busy with other things, mainly buying lots of really stupid cars that I don't really need and probably shouldn't have bought, but I wouldn't be me if I didn't do that. So today we're going to talk about my Audi RS7. It was the cheapest one in the UK, as I know I have a bit of a habit for doing that, and well, it was pretty cool, so I'll tell you the story how it went. A few months ago, I sold my Nissan GT-R, and there was uproar from my friends and questions about what stupid adventure lay next to me. I loved the R35, it was a rocket in a straight line, and even better in the corners. But I daily drive my cars, and as much as I loved the character of the gearbox and horrific ride comfort, or lack thereof, something had to change. I was in touch with an acquaintance about a more powerful R35 GT-R than mine, with half the miles, and that was originally the plan. However, after discussing it with many owners, I was warned about how the vehicle had been driven and that there was a risk of rod and gearbox issues, even with torque being capped at around 620 foot-pounds. After a late night search on AutoTrader, I came across the RS7. It was very well priced and highly spec'd. I had to go and look really, as it seemed the much smarter bet. Now, I don't know about you, whether I'm just a bit weird, but if you ever can't sleep, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, I like to go through AutoTrader and just check if anything and anything I fancy buying. If it's another supercar, if it's just a daily driver, anything from RS4s to R8s to Ferraris, I'm always looking at the market. I'm always curious, like, what's for sale? What could I hypothetically afford? And it paid off in this case because I found the RS7. Anyone who knows me or has seen my car history knows I love a fast Audi. The C7 platform has always been a huge goal for me to attain. Either the 6 or the 7, they're all the same to me. The RS6 is arguably more aggressive looking, but the RS7 is beautiful with sleek lines and a classic design. I'd been scouring AutoTrader for a few weeks, all to no avail. But at 1 a.m. on Tuesday, maybe 2 a.m. by the time I'd finished, I spotted the RS7 finished in matte Daytona grey with extended carbon fibre packages both inside and out, and I decided from that point I just had to have it. The mileage was a little high, but if daily driven, it's pretty much under the national average for a vehicle of its age. I think it's around 70,000 miles off the top of my head. The RS7 was complete with full Audi service history, sports exhaust, Wi-Fi, sunroof, head-up display, and a smattering of other options you'd never usually think of. I've always had the philosophy of finding a reason not to buy a car when I go and view them, and if I can't find any, then I have to get my money out and pay for it. Seeing mixed reviews about the dealership network as a whole, I wasn't sure what to expect. The paintwork was very clean, alloys unmarked, and the engine pulled very hard, but in a sort of smooth and refined sort of way. It's how I sort of imagine a Rolls Royce would be like if you bolted a couple of massive turbos to it. The car was situated in Ipswich, which seemed like an awkward place for me to get to, so I paid a deposit and they moved it to Loughborough for me. The RS7 is supplied with a fresh service and 12 months MOT, so I can enjoy full years of motoring while getting to know it. It feels slow compared to the R35, but it should. It's near 100 brake horsepower down and over 200 kilos heavier. The torque is satisfying yet mighty. The honeycomb buckets are a revelation for my GT-R. It's so comfortable, and despite 21-inch wheels, the ride is exquisite. Firm when you throw it round a roundabout, yet supple and refined when you're going over speed bumps and potholes. I've seen a few road tests stating the steering is numb, which I actually in the end would agree with because it's one of the reasons I sold it. In dynamic mode, it's quite sharp for what is effectively a yacht with wheels, but there was definitely a lack of feeling there. However, dynamic mode also opens up the exhaust valves for satisfying crackles and over and between gears. The C7 RS6 and 7 models are powered by a 4-litre bi-turbocharged V8, putting out 553 brake horsepower and 700 Nm of torque, with 390mm front-waved brake discs to take care of the stopping. In all honesty, apart from the mad interior and RS7 balance, you'd have no idea what you're inside. They're very discreet from the outside, much like Audis of old. The comfort and refinement were next level from the GT-R, and this may be magnified by the fact the GT-R was so bad to live with, but the RS7 was definitely a revelation. The hardest part of my latest purchase will be getting used to the proportions. The GT-R was a big car, but this is next level. It's like trying to park a ship everywhere you go. It kind of makes you feel like a really bad driver, if anything, and I'm bloody glad it had a reversing camera, or I'd have definitely smashed the back into pieces. But I think I did around 4,000 miles in my RS7, I think off the top of my head, and thanks to cylinder shutdown, it was a lot cheaper than you'd expect. I think the best I managed to get out of it was 35 miles to the gallon, which is fantastic for that sort of power. But anyway, I'll talk to you more in the next one about why I got rid of it.